Good day and welcome to day 183 of Talk to More People. I'm Tony Esteves and this is the Talk to More People project. Here's what's going on. Day 183 is particularly significant for me because it marks a half a year that I've been meeting a new stranger every day to prove and illustrate how valuable face-to-face conversations are. I'm not totally anti-tech, but I just really want to encourage people to put their phones down a little bit more often and to engage with the people around them in coffee shops, in parks, in office settings, lineups, transportation, just wherever you can, because consistently these conversations have revealed to me that there's just amazing potential in doing so. So here's what happened on day 183. These two lovely ladies behind me were just relaxing, taking it easy. That's Tess and Onna. I got speaking to them after I had met two other people, and I went up to them just to let them know that I appreciate their laughter and I appreciate just seeing two good friends, I assume they're good friends, two friends sitting in a park relaxing while I'm sitting at this picnic table doing my writing. Them just hanging out there was a compliment to my experience, and so I shared that with them. And that got us into a bit of a conversation. And Onna went on to say that if she had a chance to share a message with the world after I asked her, she went on to say, hello, that her message would be to advise people to do that if you see something with someone or something that they're wearing or whatever, if you want to share some kind of positive news or compliment, that you go out there and do that. So I thought that was super cool, that she thought that was a good thing and a worthwhile thing to do, because I try to do that as often as I can. Now, prior to that, I had, funny enough, given a compliment to a girl based on her shoes. I saw this girl with these amazing Technicolor shoes up on Queen Street when I was getting my first Americano for 9 weeks, as I've been dieting from coffee. And I stopped them just to ask where she found these amazing shoes, and she got them, it turns out, in Venice. And they bumped into me later in the park, which then led to another conversation. Turns out one of them is an Olympic weightlifter, that's Isabel, and the young woman with the shoes, that was Sofi. And she's a designer, and of course I can share their social media stuff here that could get them some more visibility and more publicity. And finally, the most significant thing about this day 183 for me is that, once again, just the act of approaching new people and just having a little bit of conversation has lifted my spirits. It's not to say I was bummed out beforehand, I wasn't, but after just talking to these people for just a short period of time and just exploring what we might explore through conversation, consistently I feel better. I feel like I've done something good in the world. And so that's what's going on with Talk to More People a half a year in. Following that little video clip, I went to thank Tess and Onna for their time, and we got talking further. And Tess decided to share a little story of her own with me. What she said was that she's from New York, and she was bartending this really neat jazz event once, and that it was very out of character for her to say, but she said this once to someone who approached, just said, hey, you have a very kind face. And then right away she kind of backpedaled and said, oh, sorry if that was a little awkward, I didn't mean to make it sound weird. And the woman was actually very grateful. She said, thank you very much, I've had a tough time, and that's a nice compliment. She said that she kept on coming back to her line in this big event. There's all kinds of bartenders, but she kept on coming back to her, and she told her later that I think it was, she had recently had a loss, and like a death in the family, and she had some really bad news happen that week, and that little compliment really, really uplifted her, made her feel great, made her day, made her week. And it was a good illustration of how we don't know the impact, we don't know how far our reach can be when we talk to people. And it can be something as simple as a little compliment, or it can be social exchange, it can just be a smile. And I feel really passionately that this is an important thing to put a voice on. So thanks, Tess, very much for sharing that story after we'd already had our conversation, because I greatly appreciate it, and it was really wonderful to meet both of you today. So there we go. Please stay tuned as I continue to meet people, interview people, learn new ideas, share resources, and have some fun. So thanks for following along so far. We're getting back to Calgary on this weekend, and more good stuff will be coming from there. Have a fantastic day, and if I don't see you again, or if you don't see me again, why not just have a fantastic life? Cheers. This is not a step. Totally normal thing to do. Going down. So that's that. Moving on, 184. Watch your step.